What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/ChoosingBeggars. This story's called, Gave Away My Computer Parts for Free. Karen Calls the Cops on Me. Here's the cast iron skillet, entitled Karen. Me, entitled Parents. English isn't my first language, so go easy on me, please. Any typos will be corrected in an edit. First off, this story happened to me about a week ago. I was upgrading my PC, and everything runs perfectly. I changed the motherboard and the CPU, for those who are asking, to a high-end one. After I sorted out the old parts, I thought it would be nice to give those parts to someone who couldn't afford them. About 560 euros for the old CPU and motherboard. I made an ad on Facebook and set the price to £0. Or euros, goddammit. Of course, I got a lot of responses, and most of them are just, "Could you deliver today?" And, "Why are you giving away parts?" After about an hour of reading the responses, I found someone that I thought would enjoy the parts. I chatted a bit and drove 20 kilometers, or 12.5 miles to their home, and delivered the parts and had the following conversation. "Hi, this is OP. I'm here because of the parts that I didn't need anymore."
"Hi, OP. I'll be down in 10 minutes with the title, Karen."
In my head, "What actually?" I waited a bit and rang the bell again. "Hi, entitled parents? Are you ready to pick up the parts on your front door?"
"Yes! I'll be down in a minute."
In my head, I guess this wasn't a good choice, but whatever. 2 minutes later, the entitled parent and the entitled Karen showed up at their front door. "Hello, OP. Sorry that you had to wait that long, but I was playing a video game and I wasn't finished yet." "No worries. Here are your parts."
Thanks, OP. But why did you even give us these parts in the first place? Are they stolen?
Of course not. I was upgrading my PC and these are my old parts.
Oh, I see. But why did you give us the old parts?
Because the new parts are worth about 1,000 euros retail, and I didn't have the money to give away such high-priced items.
Oh, but entitled Karen would enjoy the other parts much more.
"Oh, of course, entitled parents. I'll get them for you," in a sarcastic voice. "Just hand me over my old parts and I'll be back soon."
Yeah, that's the attitude I was hoping for.
Like, what the fuck, lady? Wait, that's a lady? Is EK entitled kid instead of entitled Karen? Well, we're getting a confusing story, and that's it. The entitled parent hands over my parts, and I leave and had decided that I would never ever sell parts for free again. Bonus. Entitled parent tried to sue me and called the police on me because I stole my parts back from them, and the conversation was kind of funny. The doorbell rings.
"Here's the local police department. Is OP home?"
"Yes, of course. I'll be up, basement, in a minute."
"Hello, I'm Police Officer 1. Are you OP?
"Yes."
We got a complaint that you stole from entitled parent. Is that true?"
"Nope." I repeated the story as written before.
"Oh, I see. Do you have any receipts for these parts?"
"Of course I do. I'm searching for the receipts and showing them to the police."
"Oh, thank you very much. Would you like us to write a complaint on your behalf?"
"That would be perfect." Then there was some paperwork to fill out, and the entitled parent got a ticket for abusing the local police. Reverse police brutality, I guess. That was really nice of OP to give away the parts like that, because getting into PC gaming is not super duper easy to everyone. Like, to a lot of people, it's very inaccessible because, well, if you're gonna get a PC, you want to make sure it's powerful enough to run the games that you want to play. Like, the cost of entry, to play some of these new AAA games is insane. So, as someone who had to struggle with that a while ago, I think it's really nice of OP, because computer parts are expensive, or they can be, if you don't know where to look, or even what to look for. This story's called, Entitled X and her boyfriend want a rent-free room with food and beverages included. Now, this story didn't happen to me, but a friend of mine, but it was too good not to share. I'm also not fully sure if it fits here, so I'll remove it if it doesn't. This happened a few months ago. My friend Juan, not his real name, lives alone in Florida with a roommate. They live in a small house with 2 bedrooms, which they rent. One night, my friend went to check out someone ringing his doorbell, finding no other than his ex along with one of Juan's friends who she was currently dating. They told him they were evicted, or more accurately, kicked out of their place. The tires of the guy's truck got sliced and had no money for a hotel, so they asked me if they could crash crash on his couch and figure things out in the morning. Juan is a really kind person who feels a lot for others. At the same time, because of some past trauma, he has been conditioned into thinking that he should provide for other people's happiness, so he let them in. Now, for some context on the choosing beggar, we'll refer to Juan's ex as Cheating Bimbo, the friend, butthole friend. Now, for Cheating Bimbo, she dated Juan for a few months. During that time, she told him not to worry about a specific guy who apparently became their mutual friend. She then broke up with him as she didn't feel like being in a relationship with my friend, using Juan's depression as an excuse. Later, Juan found out she not only started dating the guy she told him not to worry about, but was already sleeping with him while she was still dating Juan. Butthole friend isn't much better. He started dating Choosing Beggar after she broke up with the other guy, despite knowing she was a cheater. He got kicked out of his parents' place because of being a drug addict and was staying at a shed in a property that belonged to and was close to the house of the brother of one of his friends. The brother made 3 rules to let Butthole Friend stay there. First, he would have to pay rent, as Butthole Friend made it known he was planning on staying there for a few months. Second, he was not allowed to have pets, as the brother already had dogs of his own and didn't want any extra animals. And third, he was not allowed to have anyone moving in with him and must let the brother know if he was planning to bring someone to spend the night, as again, the brother didn't want any trouble for having illegal tenants. And as you can probably guess, Butthole Friend broke all of them. He refused to pay rent after the first 2 months, as he knew he couldn't be legally forced to pay rent since he technically was not a tenant. Second, he attempted to bring a dog of his own without telling his landlord. This didn't fly and was forced to give the dog away as he couldn't keep it. Third, he attempted to have his girlfriend Choosing Beggar to live there with him, again without letting the brother know, because she was living with her parents and they gave her the ultimatum that she would not be allowed to stay with them if she kept dating Butthole Friend. So once landlord brother found out, he was fuming and immediately kicked them out. While it was true that he couldn't collect rent, he also was legally allowed to throw people who weren't tenants out of his property. As for why the tires of the truck were sliced, as previously mentioned, Butthole Friend is a drug addict and somehow managed to piss off his drug dealer. Now on to the juice of the story and what they did while staying at Juan's place. First, the one night for them to get back on their feet quickly transformed. In a few weeks, they said they would spend the whole day using Juan's and Juan's roommate's stuff, screwing on Juan's couch, and drinking and eating all of Juan's food. Whatever little money they could come up with, they would spend it on booze, cigarettes, and condoms. One time, they made Juan arrive late to work because they locked him in his room until they were done with their morning screwing session, and another time, they locked him out of his own home for pretty much the same reason. Again, Juan suffers from severe depression. It is very hard for him to say no to people, so he just took it all. Until one day, they crossed a line. My friend Juan is legally allowed to consume weed, as he has it for medicinal purposes since they help with his eyesight. What? So he got around $200 worth of weed. Both Choosing Beggar and Butthole Friend smoke all of it within a matter of days while Juan was at work. He didn't mind sharing, so it took him a while to realize they had smoked almost all of it. He finally made up his mind while they went out to a party about approaching them to say how he would kick them out if they don't start paying rent or start buying food for everyone. When he gets approached by his roommate, turns out he had just bought a really big jar of peanut butter, like those they sell at Costco, for it to last him a few weeks. Somehow Choosing Beggar and Butthole Friend ate all of it within a single day. This was the drop that spilled the glass. Juan decided then and there that he would kick both of them out. So between him and his roommate, they packed all their stuff into bags and threw it under the small roof outside their place so it wouldn't get ruined by the rain, as they didn't want to be complete buttholes. They then locked the door since the entitled couple didn't have keys, and left a note on the door saying they were sick of their crap and left all of their stuff outside. Of course, once they returned, Butthole Friend and Cheating Bimbo, were furious and banged hard on the door. Wait, literal banging or like sex? Demanding to be let back in. Juan didn't budge and told them to F off. Butthole Friend calmed down and asked to be let back inside so they could collect their stuff. Juan explains that just like the note says, all of the stuff was in the bags, nothing theirs was left inside, and he wouldn't allow them back in. They attempted for a while to be let back inside so they could check nothing was left, but they were not allowed. Finally, they went away, but not before cheating bimbo could curse a little more at Juan, calling him all sorts of nasty names. But the story doesn't end there. Later that night, Juan decided to take a shower. Now, as Juan explained to me, because his room has a full bathroom, he usually wanders naked into his room when he comes out of the shower because it's not like he would flash anyone. But this time, he actually flashed someone. Butthole friend who was literally trying to crack open the mosquito net on Juan's window since he left the window open without realizing it, so he could get inside. Juan just stared at him and asked if he was seriously trying to break in. Butthole friend didn't answer immediately, for a second probably shocked to catch a naked Juan and also being found mid-break-in. Now, Juan is very passive, but at the same time, once he decides to take a stand, he takes no crap from anyone. So Juan very clearly said that he was not afraid of kicking ass if he didn't get the hell out of his house. Butthole friend went into apologetic mode and tried to beg Juan to let them back in, but Juan didn't budge. Cheating bimbo, who was waiting in the truck that somehow Butthole friend had acquired, maybe he fixed his tires, gave the middle finger to Juan. After loading their truck with all their stuff, they finally left. I don't know what ended up happening to them. I just know they stopped bothering Juan and left us with his sweet, sweet tale. If you took the time to read it all, thank you, and please bear in mind English isn't my first language, so I apologize for the errors.
Yeah, I've got, issues with, my left elbow. Sometimes it gets itchy.
Oh yeah, I understand. Here's your weed card.
It's that easy, guys. It's absolutely bonkers. But I'm glad that Juan stood up to his butthole friend, cheating ex, so that's good. This story's called Choosing Beggar Tries to Take Toys from Children. So this literally just happened about half an hour ago, and it pissed me off. Backstory. There's a supermarket in Australia that currently has a promotion on where if you spend over $30, you get 3 of the toys named Ushis. They're little rubber figurines that you get as a lucky dip style of toy, so you can't see what figure you're actually getting till you open it. As expected, kids go crazy over these. At the moment, they're all Disney and Marvel characters, and each have a form of rarity to them. They ran this promotion a year ago, and one Ushi was valued at 200,000 Australian dollars. So, of course, some parents are collecting them for the intent to sell. I, 20, male, am currently a student and had the day off. I go to this shop a lot because I work at a different store, so I get discounts. As you can probably tell, I don't give a frick about these things, and usually try to give them to people with grandkids or actual kids with parents' permission. Now for what happened. I finish up my shopping, and the total came up to $60. So I went, collected the 3 Ushis. I start to leave the store when I see an old lady and asked if she had grandchildren and if they would like them. She respectfully declined and said they were around my age and they probably wouldn't want them. No worries, I'll try another person. I then see an older gentleman and ask again. He said yes, that they would love them as the oldest one is only 7. Perfect. So I hand them over, and that's when I hear a troll clearing her throat. I turn around to see a Karen staring at me standing next to her son as he just looked at his phone. I wasn't in the way of anything, so I just gave her a confused look.
What about my son?
What about him?
If you're giving them away, then you should give some to him.
Karen's son was a teenager, by the way. How old is your son?
14.
He's a little old. I wanted to give them to someone with young ones, as kids love Disney.
Well, he has so many of the same Ushis. How about a trade?
But they're not open, so they might be the same as what you already got.
Thank you, but I'd rather the kids open them, as that's half the fun.
Fine. I'll give you 6 for those 3.
She then opens her bag to show she has tons in there. Old man looking a little uncomfortable.
Sorry, these are for my grandkids.
Just give me the damn things.
No.
She then lunges forward and snatches them out of his cart. I see this coming, so I grab her around the wrist, stopping her from taking them. People started watching this incident.
Let go or I'll have you arrested for assault.
Only after you let go. A manager from the store then came running over and the old man started talking. I think that startled Karen because she then let go and walked off. The manager apologized to the old man and he even cracked a joke about how he hasn't had something stolen off him since the white man came to Australia. He was Aboriginal and thanked me. I said goodbye and left to head home. I'm still pissed how it panned out, like Karen was only trying to get them in pursuit of the rare ones, most likely to sell. I seriously freaking hate Ushis if you couldn't already tell. Thanks for reading. Edit. So I was just informed that my story made it to Daily Mail. Thanks to everyone who linked the story and everyone who upvoted. You guys are the real OG. That's really cool. Congratulations for having someone mess with you and you got on the news for it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.